Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. and today I'm doing a solo Sunday playthrough and thoughts of Dungeons & Dragons Horrified, or maybe it's Horrified Dungeons & Dragons. I assume the latter. It's Horrified Dungeons & Dragons. I'll be doing a solo playthrough as well as my thoughts on it. I will be playing with two characters, so even though I'm playing solo, I'm not playing true solo because I just have more fun with the dynamic aspect of two different characters. I think that, I don't know, I like games where you control multiple characters on a board. It's more fun for me, generally speaking, not always, but in this case, yes it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it. If you do want to skip directly to my thoughts at the end of the video, feel free to do so. There'll be a little timestamp down below. I have covered the other Horrified games on the channel. In fact, Horrified, the original Horrified, was one of the very first reviews I ever did on the channel way back when. It was just me like on a couch telling you my thoughts, no game in front of me, no, I had a camera on my phone and like nothing else. Anyways, throwback to that. Lastly, before we dive into it, this channel is sponsored by Allplay. If you go to allplay.com, you can find a variety of games from a variety of publishers, both themselves and their partner publishers, and you could order anything you want in the US for $4 flat rate shipping, so feel free to bundle and save while getting a variety of great games. With that said, let's go ahead and dive into Horrified Dungeons & Dragons. The basic idea: this is a cooperative game. We're trying to gather stuff to defeat the various monsters. I am playing against the Beholder and the Mimic. I will walk you through how they work as it goes through it, but the basic sequence of play is I take actions with my characters, then the game does bad things, and we rinse and repeat that cycle. I do good things, game does bad things. I do good things, game does bad things. We'll walk you through it as we go, but we're ultimately trying to collect items to take down the monsters in different ways. There are different ways that they operate, but if you've played any standard cooperative game, this cycle should make sense to you. We have our characters, and I'll note, by the way, I'm not using the various clips or whatever for the character bases. That way you have a better top-down view of seeing what's going on, as opposed to like putting them into a base and hoping you can follow that way, so you can see the characters directly this way. Better for that top-down approach. I am playing with the cleric as well as the promo warlock character. This is a promo character, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm facing off against the Beholder and the Mimic. I will start taking actions with the cleric over here. We have our perk card, we have our cleric, we have the warlock, we have their perk card, and we're going to be taking 4 actions, because that's the number of actions we can take, as we attempt to do all the various things. Now the cleric begins over here in Castle Waterdeep. If we get down to Castle Corkscrew, we can now head down to Skullport Gate. The way this board is set up is you can jump between teleportation circles with a move action. You can also move from Castle Corkscrew to Skullport Gate, and from the Yawning Portal as well to the entry well over here. So you can jump between those various zones. That's kind of acts, functionally speaking, as portals, although slightly different because of how the citizens will work in the game, but we'll get to that as we need to. And we're trying to gather items. That's usually the best thing to do starting off, is gathering a variety of items. In fact, right now, for the sake of the Mimic, we kind of want to make sure that both our cleric and our warlock have as many items of different colors as possible, or even just matching items would be helpful, because they give us a bit of a boost up. To that end, right now in this zone, I can jump over here to gather that, which might be the way to go. That might be the way to go, because right now I could either head down. There's no items in this zone of the board, and items will spawn on the board, but there are none now. So we'll take a move action to go from the Castle Waterdeep to the Yawning Portal. We'll take another move action to get to the Yawning Portal over here. We'll take a pickup action to gather the rations, putting them in their supply. We now have a yellow item, and then from there, I guess we'll head down here. Alternatively, I guess so, because if we head down here, you know what, fine, we'll head down over here to over there. Now again, there's a lot of different things we can do, but right now we have the Mimic, the Beholder, the Beholder over here is going to be wandering on the board trying to attack us, and we need to go to its spot and discard items to go ahead and attack it. That's the basic idea. We need to discard items, and then we're going to roll dice to attack the Beholder, slowly trying to damage all of its eyes. So we have to discard any item, and then roll a d20, and that's going to allow us to slowly take it out. Once we have damaged all 10 of its eyes over here, then we can attempt to blind the Beholder entirely, and we will need yellow items to do so. Meanwhile, the Mimic is kind of just wandering around, building up terror as it does so. What we need to do is we need to have items, and when it lands on one of these red spots over here, if we have the matching color item, we're going to draw randomly from the bag. If we have the matching color item, then we'll discard it, and then it'll pop onto the board at the active player's location, at which point we will need blue items to go ahead and defeat it. So kind of high-level idea: yellow items for the Beholder, blue items for the Mimic, but we're not quite there yet. We need to do a bunch of other things first. We've done our 4 actions, and now it's going to be the monster phase. We are going to draw. We're going to draw a monster card over here. So we're going to draw a monster card. It's going to tell us all the things we do. We're going to be drawing 3 items. So let's start by drawing 3 items from the bag. The first thing you do with each monster card is you look at the top left corner, and we draw items, putting them onto the matching locations. So we have over here, we have Castle Waterdeep. We're going to place a Castle Waterdeep item out. We're going to place an item out at Blackstaff Tower, and then an item at the Troll Skull Manor. That's listed on the bottom over here. So Castle Waterdeep, which we just left, unfortunately, so it's not going to help us right now. Let's move this card off to the side. And we have the Blackstaff Tower, which is going to be, where's these towers over here? Blackstaff Tower up here. And then we have Trollstaff Manor, which is Troll Skull Manor over here. Troll Skull Manor. So basically, we suddenly drew items for the zone we left behind. Of course we do. Then we're going to the event over here. Start Abandoned Camp. We have a citizen. We have Arnimax over here. Arnimax is going to be starting at the Abandoned Camp. Let me just find him. We have, nope. I need to find these characters. Tasselguard, nope, not that one. There we go. We got Arnimax over here. He's going to be starting at the Abandoned Camp. So here's the Abandoned Priory. The Abandoned Camp is... Where is the Abandoned Camp? We have it somewhere on the board. That's for darn sure. But the where is the hard part. Why can't I find him? Abandoned Camp. Abandoned Camp. Abandoned Camp. Abandoned Camp. Definitely exists somewhere. Dead Man's Corner. Here we go. Abandoned Camp. There we go. So we're going to put that item there. And then we have an adult gold dragon who often assumes the form of an elderly group gold dwarf named Barak Kleinhammer. So basically this is a citizen. We are trying to get the citizen to go to his desired location, which is going to be Angelhor's Tower, or whatever his name is. So we have to go to, here we go, Anghorn's Tower. We need to do that because otherwise monsters are slowly going to defeat them, which is going to raise our terror level, so we need to be careful. The last thing we do is we activate monsters. We're going to activate the Frenzied monster and then any yellow monsters. Yellow monsters are going to be the Mimic, and the Frenzied monster is currently the Beholder. So the Beholder, we're going to activate them, which means he's going to move 1 location, and he's trying to get towards the closest citizen or hero. Right now, there's not anyone particularly close, so we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can go 1, 2, no, we have to get, yeah, it's going to be further to get there. So we're going to go 1 over there. It would roll dice, but we don't need to because, well, there's no one there for him to attack. That is going to be the way a monster turn goes. Then from there, we are going to go do the Warlock turn. We're going to take some actions. We are trying to, once again, get some items because eventually... Oh, no, sorry. I lied. The Mimic is going to activate. So, the Mimic is also going to move 1. It's going to move 1 over here and then do nothing. We have a turn or 2 until it starts heading down there and we are in trouble. So, best to get our hands on some items as fast as possible. We already have a yellow item over here, and honestly, I don't even want to spend them. I just want to have all items of all colors in my inventory to make things as safe as possible. Getting down here could be good, but I'm leaning towards 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough time. I need to get all the items. So maybe I just focus on, we can go 1, 2, 3. You know, we're just going to start with this. We're going to go 1, pick up the whip. That's going to be action 2. And then we could just go 3, 4 and pick up the torch, which is not bad, because at least we have a yellow at that point, even if it's not the best. And that's good, too, because it helps us rescue the citizen. So 3 and 4 is going to be that action. We picked up 2 items, and we are done. We also do have the ability to take our special action, rolling a d20, hoping for good things to happen. Right now, we don't need to worry about that. We're going to draw a monster card and see what happens. So, monster cards drawn. We are drawing 2 items from the bag of holding or whatnot. We're going to have one going to Calabash's Chambers, which if I recall correctly, Calabash's Chambers, nope, I don't recall correctly. I never remember any of these. Oh, that's a good spot for it to go. I never remember any of these locations because none of them are things that I'm familiar with. I'm not a D&D player. And then we have the House of Wonder, which is up here. So some of the locations I vaguely remember. Like there's a tower here, there's the Castle Waterdeep over there. In fact, elusive displacement. For each blue monster, there is not a blue monster. There's not a Death Skull monster. Roll the d20 and place that monster in the indicated location. We do not have that monster in play, so we can ignore that. We are going to activate not the Frenzied monster, but instead we're going to activate red monsters, which means the Beholder is going to activate moving 2. So again, we are trying to get as close as possible to an enemy, so it's going to be 1, 2, which does put us in a slightly bad position because, well, we don't want to die. Place the monster, okay, 2, and then roll a die. So we are slightly in trouble right now because the tricky part is, since we alternate turns, right now we have to activate the cleric, and the Beholder may well activate after the cleric, which is not great for us, my lord. We also have Lyras, by the way. I don't think we're going to bother engaging with them because we're not really facing off against a Lyra monster, so we just don't need to worry about that kind of negativity. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and take the cleric's turn. Cleric is trying to head down here. We do have that. Let's see. During the monster phase, re-roll 1 die with a hit or power result. That's good to do. Okay, so we're going to take a special action. So you're going to see that in play. We're going to roll this over here, and we got a 12. So, during the monster phase, re-roll all dice with a hit or power result. Basically, we're playing a little defensively because the Beholder might activate going on their turn, just in case we are trying to protect ourselves a little bit. But with that said, we are now moving towards other 3 actions. So, we're going to head down here for 1. Then we could head over here. This is a better one, I guess, because it's slightly higher. 2, and then so that was action 1 is roll the die, action 2 is move 2, 3, and then pick this up for 4. So at this point, we are hoping for a Mimic to basically draw a yellow good from the bag. That's going to be our turn. We are going to go ahead and draw this. Mert, we're going to draw 3 characters. We have a new citizen coming to play, but first we have these. We're going to have the Morningstar is going to go on the Abandoned Priory, which is not the Abandoned Camp, the Abandoned Priory, there, down there. Then we're going to draw another item, which is going to go towards Troll Skull Alley, which is up here. And then we're going to draw another item, and we have Troll Skull Manor, which is up here. Okay. Then we have Start, the Sword, and the Sextant for the Citizen of Mert is her name, or his name. I don't know these characters. His name it looks like. Okay. We got where are the character cards? Mert over here is going to be going on the Sword and the Sextant, which is down here, and trying to head back to the Yawning Portal Tap Room, which is somewhere up here, I believe. Here we go. Nope, that's the Yawning Portal exterior, the Yawning Portal Tap Room. Okay, that is that. And then we're going to be activating the Frenzied Monster, so the Beholder is going to activate, unfortunately, and that means the Beholder is going to move 1. We're going to have a move towards Calabas's Chamber over here. We have a monster! A monster visits the board. And then we're going to have them roll. So we're going to be rolling 2 dice, but we are going to re-roll hits and power symbols, which we didn't get. So we had a defensive play. This would be a hit, and this would be a power symbol activating its power. But again, we can ignore that because we drew that, although the monster over here is trying to roll more dice. Okay, that is that action, so that worked out well enough. We also need to activate the green monster, but there is no green monster, so we are safe over there. Okay, we have a roaming monster on the board. With that said, it is now the Warlock's turn. The Warlock is going to take basically a guide action to move a citizen to our location. Now we could pick up an item, which is not the worst, because I do want to have a blue item in case this activates. It improves our odds. So I guess we will pick up the blue item. It's going to put us in a little bit in trouble. We need to start running away now. What are our actions over here? Reshuffle, discard non-citizen monster. Reveal the top 2 monster cards. Place one on the bottom of the monster deck, one on the top. Or on the next monster drawn, ignore any reference to the frenzied monster. That's not bad. That's not bad. Reshuffle a discarded non-citizen monster card back into the monster deck. Is that good for me? Because it doesn't really put the citizens out, so it could help us a little bit, I guess. Okay. I might want to roll, but I think it's better for me to get away. So we're going to try to get away. So right now, we're going to move 2, and we are trying to get Aranax back to the Ironcrone's Tower, which was up here. The fastest way to get there is to go back away from the monster, I guess, because we're trying to get over here, then to here, then back up there. That's probably the fastest way. So we're going to go 1, 2 over here. So it buys us a little breathing room, but he is still moving towards us, unfortunately. Even a single move of 2 could be enough for him to hurt us. Let's see what happens. Those are our 4 actions. We are going to draw another card. We have Citizen. Olive Stillwater is coming into play, and coming to play in the Goblin Bazaar. The Goblin Bazaar is somewhere. Goblin Bazaar. Nope. Goblin Bazaar right here. Okay. And is heading towards Dead Man's Corner. Okay. Dead Man's Corner, we need to also draw 3 items. I need to remember that part. And Dead Man's Corner is down here, which would have been great if we could have pulled them with us, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to draw 3 items. We have a Skull Island, which was down in the corner. No, Skull Island is... Where's Skull Island? Skull Island is somewhere. Again, I'm going to do this all game, and I do apologize for it. Skull Island, down here. 1. Then we have 2 more items. We have Troll Skull Alley, which is up here. And then we have Dead Man's Corner, which is here. There we go. Okay, so a bunch of items, bunch of stuff to pick up, and then we have, this is going to activate the Frenzied Monster. So the Frenzied Monster is going to activate, as is the Mimic. So the Frenzied Monster is going to move 1, so we are safe for right now. And then it's going to move the Mimic, because the Mimic has that symbol on them, and it's going to move 1 as well. And then we're going to attack, but no attacking is necessary. That is our turn. Okay, back to the cleric. The cleric is basically playing defensive games over here because I think we do need to play it just in case. Because again, the beholder could activate. It has multiple ways to activate it. Is the frenzied monster right now. So we are going to roll this again for our first action. And we got a 16, which is even better. During the monster phase, if a hero is defeated, do not move the hero marker. Do not move the terror marker. Instead, move the hero to your location. That helps us. The problem is we are carrying a citizen with us. But I guess the citizen will still be alive after the attack. There is that in our favor. In the meantime, we have 3 more actions, and we are trying to get a bunch of stuff. We also have various people that we can guide to different locations. Although at this point, I think we're trying to get him back up there. That probably makes the most sense. Although we could do so. What if we go 1, 2, 3 to guide the citizen? We do get perk cards if we guide the citizens, but also the only thing you're missing is a red item. Could we get a red item on our turn? Because with our luck, otherwise, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not enough. What is it? Move any hero monster citizen up to 4 location. The player gains the perk card if a citizen is in their safe location. That's interesting. That's not the worst. That's not the worst at all. But he's trying to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can go get them both. But he's trying to go down that way, so that doesn't actually help me. That doesn't help me enough. The current player takes 2 additional actions. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Because then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I use 1 action, so I have 3 actions left. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't get a red item. I cannot get a red item, so let's not bother trying. So we're going to go, instead, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3. Here, we're going to head down over here. We played defensively. No, we didn't. During the monster phase, if a hero is defeated. It's not fully defensively, honestly. It's only like halfway defensively. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We have 2 items are drawn, and we are going to be activating the frenzied monster. So we have rations, Castle Waterdeep. This goes to Castle Waterdeep, which is up over here. And then we have another one popping up, and it's going to be House of Wonder. Where's the House of Wonder again? Is it up top? It is up top. Okay. And then we have Elusive Displacement. For each monster, roll the d20. We don't have to worry about that. We are not activating the Frenzy Monster. We are activating the Beholder. The Beholder is going to move 2. It's going to pop over here. And then it's going to try to attack us. It's going to roll 1 die. Let's see what happens. It's going to roll. Ooh, it's going to do its ability. So, now the way that works is we're going to go ahead and roll the d20. And we got a 5, which means Paralyzing Ray. Discard an item. The active player cannot use move on their next turn. Well, that's a big deal. So right now we have to discard an item, which I don't want to do, but I may as well discard a red because that's the one that will make the most sense because we still have blue and yellow in case that comes up. Again, this will make more sense once this happens. But we also can't move on our next turn, which is kind of a bummer because it makes us a sitting target. So we really have to play defensively with that cleric or possibly even trying to attack. I don't know if that'll do anything for us. We'll see. We're not in the best of shape. So what we are going to do right now is we have done that card. It is now time for the Warlock to take their turn, and they're kind of just stuck there playing Sitting Duck for a turn or two. That Paralyzing Ray was not great. Basically, the Beholder has multiple areas there that it can do. We could try to discard. The problem is I'm in this weird place where I kind of want to attack. If I can't use move, I can guide. I guess guiding is not the worst. So let's go ahead and guide this character over here. Okay, so we have another character in our location. Does that help us? Possibly. We can pick up items on our location. We can share. We can advance a challenge that doesn't really help us. We can defeat special action. I guess we're going to go ahead and roll this over here. So we're going to roll this. We can do it multiple times. So action 2 is a 16. On the next monster card drawn, ignore any reference to the frenzied monster. That's great. We could do that just fine. Okay. Reduce the terror track by 1 is fine. We have 2 more actions we can do. And we can't move. So I guess we're just going to do this multiple times because there's not much else we can do. Move any hero monster assistant up to 4 locations. That seems like a good time to do that, actually. That seems like a good time. Because I can't do a move action. That's not a move action. That's a special card. So we're going to use this. Move any hero monster assistant up to 4 locations. This player gains the perk card if assistants in their safe location. So we are going to move our hero, which can move people with us. And we're going to cannot use a move action. This is where it gets a little tricky. Because we can't do a move action. But it's not a move action. But a typical move action cannot use move on their next turn. Things like this are tricky. Can I use a move from this character if I cannot use move on the next turn? It doesn't say I can't move. It says I cannot use move. But this one lets me move characters. I'm going to, I think I'm going to allow it. I think I'm going to say it's okay. We're using this power over here to move them up to 4. So we're going to take this person who's trying to go up here, and this person is trying to go to Ironcorn's Tower. So we're going to go, where are we trying to go? We're trying to go 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay? And that's good for us because then we can use a pickup action while we're here, which is even better. And I guess knowing that we would have had that pickup action, I'm going to spend the other yellow we had, this torch, in advance in order to do an attack action on the beholder. So while I was here, before I moved, I'll do an attack action. This card gets discarded into the perk discard pile. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll a d20 to attack the beholder. And we got a 6, which I believe is going to be 1 item damage. Let me just double check this over here. Is it on this? No, I think it's, let me just reference the rules. I'm pretty sure the numbers are, I just don't want to pick up the card. Basically, you're attacking the monster that has different abilities, and the beholder is 2 through 15, damage the eye stock of your choice. 16 to 19, damage 2 eye stalks. So we're going to damage 1 eye stock. Let's see what was bad. I really do not like that paralyzing ray. I don't like not being able to move. I think I'm going to get rid of that one. We're going to just damage the paralyzing ray. So we're going to place this on 4 through 5, which means now this will not be able to activate in the future. Okay, we just damaged its paralyzing ray because that really, really hurt our ability to do stuff. That's the turn. A lot happened on that turn. We're going to draw a card. We have monster action. We're going to draw 2 cards. Ooh, it's a beholder. Okay, so we're going to deal with that in a second. But first, let's go ahead and deal this. All right, we're going to draw this, which is Dead Man's Corner. Dead Man's Corner is down here. And they're going to draw another item. And it's going to be the Altar to Jubilix, which is over here. Okay, then Beholder. Place each red monster in the closest location containing items, then discard the highest strength item at the location. So the closest location containing items is going to be either of these. So I'm going to move it down here and discard this one. Okay, that is that. Then, and that's only that monster. Then we activate the Frenzied monster, but we don't because the Warlock's ability on the next monster card drawn, ignore any monster reference to the Frenzied monster. Then we're going to activate this one, which means the Beholder is going to activate anyway, but at least it won't activate twice. You could have it otherwise activate twice. So this is going to move, trying to get towards us. It's going to pop up over there, which is 1 step closer to us, which is not great. But at least it's not on us. And now it's time for the Cleric's turn. The Cleric is going to head down here to get some red items. So we're going to pop down here. That's going to be 1 to get down here. Then, yeah, I think we can do that. Then 2. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Okay, 2, 3, and then 4. We're going to pick up any number of items in our location. And that's going to give the Cleric a bunch of items, which means at this point, if the Mimic moves, we will be totally safe and be able to, bring the Mimic onto the board. Which I guess is not totally safe, but at least it means we can actually defeat the Mimic. That's going to be our 4 actions. We are going to draw a monster card, and we are going to get, the Mimic's going to be moving. We have 3 items coming up. Let's draw those 3 items. We have a Altar to Jubilix again. We have another one, which is going to be 2 more cards over here. We have Castle Waterdeep up here, which we just drew items from. Then we have Dragon's Platform, which is, I cannot remember. Dragon's Platform. Over here we go. Alright, then we're going to activate the Frenzied Monster. Frenzied Monster is going to move 2, which means we're going to get attacked because we're going to get 1 and 2. Okay, so that is going to happen, unfortunately. That's a pity. That's a darn shame. Well, we'll see what happens. We're going to roll the die, not this die. We're going to roll 1 die to attack us, and we got nothing. Beautiful. That's good because I did not want to have to risk discarding something. Basically, when you get attacked, you can discard items to negate the attack. The problem is if I discard any items, we might not be able to bring the Mimic onto the board. You'll see what I mean by that in a second. All right. That was that, which means now we move the Mimic. The Mimic is going to move 2. It's going to go 1, 2. Because it passed that, we are going to draw an item from the bag, and we are going to draw a yellow item, which means we are both going to discard, is it all yellow items? Again, I need to double check the rules over here. We're going to discard a yellow item, but we might discard all yellow items. Discard, if all heroes have a matching color item, discard those items. So it's not all items, it's just those items. We're going to discard this and this, basically discarding yellow items. And now the Mimic's going to pop onto the board at the active hero's location, which is important because otherwise bad things would have happened. If not, raise the terror level by 1. Okay, now we can battle the Mimic using 6 worth of blue items. So at this point, we need to slowly destroy all the eye stalks of the beholder, which is going to require a bunch of attacks, and we need to just have 6 blue of items to take down the mimic, which is not bad because we currently have a 4 over here. If we go over here, we're pretty good as far as that goes. We can do this next turn, assuming we just don't die. Speaking of not dying, it is now time to go to the next player's turn, which is the Warlock. The Warlock is trying to get our people back to their various respective party locations. To that end, we are going to go ahead and move. Do we need to pick things up? I guess we do kind of want to start attacking the Beholder. But right now, we'll do things one step at a time. Because at this point, if we move 2 away, we're pretty safe. Do I want to attack the Beholder? You know what? Let's attack the Beholder. Let's weaken the Beholder. If I go 1... that's enough to just keep them safe. So 1, 2, 3, pick up. I'm going to attack once. We're going to attack with the blue token over here, and we're going to basically discard this to attack the Beholder. We're going to roll this die, and we got a 12. A 12 is going to still be 1 location. Let's take a look at the most damaging thing for us. We have a Charm Ray, place a citizen in the Beholder's location. That is bad. The Fear Ray is not bad. The Slowing Ray is a little bad. The Innovation Ray is a little bad. Yeah, I think the place citizen on Beholder's location is the worst. So we are going to go ahead and destroy the Charm Ray. We don't want to gather citizens to that location. And then we are going to move. So we're going to move, carrying our citizens with us. We go to Anghorn's Tower, which means we are dropping off this character over here, which means we are going to draw a perk card. So we're going to get a new perk card for our Warlock. And we have Lariel Silverhand. You may reveal a lair, or you may move a monster to the starting location. That's potentially very good. He starts over here by, where does he start again? I can't remember. It's down, maybe here. Oh, he technically goes, that's interesting. Can you put the Mimic back on the board? I wouldn't want to. I guess you could in theory. But tossing the Beholder back to, Skull Island, I believe he starts. That's not a bad thing to be aware of if we are in a tight spot. But in the meantime, action 1 was attack, action 2 was move. Is that all I did? No. I guess so. 3 is going to be down here, and 4 is pick up. That's what it was. Okay. So we got more items to hopefully attack the Beholder, remembering that we will need yellow items to eventually take it down. We are going to draw a Terror card. Terror card over here. We're putting 3 items onto the board. Let's take a look. By the way, I will say this. You'll get this in Final Thoughts too. I hate this bag. I really hate this bag. The material's terrible, and the Velcro always closes inconveniently, which is just really not a good bag. The Yawning Portal exterior. That's the Yawning Portal over here, the exterior. And then we have Obelisk of the Eye, which I don't know what that one is. Obelisk of the Eye down there. And then we have Dead Man's Corner, which is down here somewhere. There we go. 3 items in there. Not bad at all. Okay, then we are going to have a new citizen popping out. Noska Ordegray is going to be starting in the Abandoned Camp. Noska Ordegray. Did I pass them? There we go. The Abandoned Camp, which is over here, and trying to head back to Skull Island over somewhere. Why can't I? Down here. That's not too bad. Okay, then we're going to be activating the Frenzied Monster, which means the Beholder is going to be moving 1 towards us. And then all Skull Monsters, which is nothing we have to worry about. We are good there. Okay, that is that, which brings us to the next thing we're trying to do. So, the next thing we're trying to do is the Cleric's taking its turn. Now, the Cleric, was that true? Yeah, the Cleric's taking its turn. And I think we could defeat the Mimic right now. We're going to go 1. We're going to pick up these 2 items. That's 2. Then, so 2. 3, back to here, and 4, we're going to defeat the monster. We're going to advance, defeat a monster by following city constructions. You may battle it at Mimic's location, discard 6 blue items, which means these, to defeat the Mimic. So, honestly, by conserving our items appropriately, the Mimic's dead. We're good to go on that. We already did the 2 extra actions. No, we didn't. The current player takes 2 additional actions. That's interesting. Do I care? I don't care. I'm not in any danger. We're going to draw a card. We have Citizen Black Viper. So new citizens coming to the board, but first we're going to draw 3 items. We have Skull Island, that's 1. We have Goblin Bazaar, which I never remember where that one is. Goblin Bazaar over here. And then we have one more. We have Goblin Bazaar. Okay. we are going to go ahead and gather Citizen Black Viper. Nope, not her. Not her. There we go. And starting at Troll Skull Alley, which is up here, and trying to get to the abandoned camp. Okay. Let's get some citizens around the board. We are doing fairly fine. This is fairly in control as far as things go. It is now time for the Warlock's turn. Nope, we actually have to do the bad things. The Frenzied Monster is going to activate. So, the Frenzied Monster is this monster. They're going to move 1 and roll 3 dice. That is bad. That is bad. Okay. We're going to roll 1, move 1, roll 3 dice, which is a pretty strong attack. So, we're just hoping for the best over here. We got 2 hits. We could discard 2 items, which I think we're going to do. I see no reason not to. We'll discard these 2 items, and we'll stay alive. Okay, that's not the worst, not the best. Things are bound to happen. I should have played defensively. I need to play more defensively, because I'm kind of going head-to-head with the enemy, and it would be in my best interest to do so. Alright, we are going to head down to this location over here. So we're going to head over here. That's action 1. I guess we could attack first. You know what, let's do that. Let's attack first. So we're going to discard this Flask of Will to once again attack. We got a 3. That's pretty bad, but we still get to, I believe a 3 is still good enough. Yes, it is. We're still going to destroy a spot, which is going to work our way up the eye stalks. Okay, then that was action 1. We move to an adjacent location. That's action 2. We pick up some items. That's action 3. And then I think we're just going to move again. When we move again, and we move again, we're going to move to the adjacent location again. Okay, carrying our citizens with us. Oh no, that's tricky. If we go there, we can't get back, we can't get here. I think we are going to go down, okay? We're just going to work our way down over here because we're trying to get here to drop off our citizen. The other one wants to go to the abandoned camp, which is all the way down. I thought it was down here. No, it's over here, which we need to get another person for anyway. So that will work out for us one step at a time. Let's draw. Let's draw. Do I want to roll a die? If I have 2 more actions, I can get away a little more safely. And I could roll a die. You know what? Let's do that. We're going to discard. Are we in a pinch? We're not in a pinch. We're not in a pinch. We're going to draw a monster card. Okay. We are drawing 3 items to the board. Frenzy Monster is going to activate twice. We should have rolled a die. We should have rolled a die. Alright, we got item location 1, Troll Skull Alley. We just were there. Item location 2, Anghorn's Tower. We just were there. And item location 3, Anghorn's Tower. We just were there. Then we are going to put Citizen Volathorpe Gedarm, starting in Trollskull Manor, which is not necessarily the best because he might be targeted. We could actively target him to get the Beholder off our back, which is not the craziest. The terror track would raise by 1, but do I care? Do I want to intentionally sacrifice civilians right now? That is a decision we can get to soon. But let's start with activating the Frenzied Monster, which is going to move 1. It's going to move 1 twice, and then roll dice. So we are fine to survive it. But I don't want it constantly on my tail. And we could do that by just having a citizen die, which is a little bit mean, but possibly worth it. I'm trying to think through how callous I want to be to not having to play catch-up. No, we're going to have him follow us. So he's going to move 1, then roll 2 dice. Nothing happens. He's going to move 1, and then roll 2 dice again. So we're going to roll these 2 dice, and he activates his power, which means he rolls a die, and it's a 14. A 14 is going to be... Sleep Ray, all monsters move 1 location towards the active player. That's not bad at all. I'm totally okay with that. All monsters, there's no other monsters to move towards the active player. That's basically a nullified attack as far as I'm concerned. Then it's going to be the cleric's turn. The cleric, this card over here, can go away. And the cleric is going to activate, and we're now going to get into the mix. Which I think is helpful, because we need to start doing, these characters will go away. We need to start doing things. We're going to go 1, 2. We need yellow tokens, I guess. Do we need yellow tokens? We can get them on the way. We have that yellow over here. We need 6 in yellow. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and prep to pick those up, I guess. We're trying to bring him to the abandoned camp, and him to the yawning portal, and him to Skull Island, and him to Dead Man's Corner. So is that really the best way to do that? Maybe not. We were over here, right? So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, because then we'll grab him and make our way that way. Okay, good enough. Great. Although we'll go 3, and we'll roll the die to do a protection action. Okay, we got a 14. So doing the monster phase, we roll all dice with a hit with a hit or power result. That's a 14, not a 2. We are going to draw a card. The card is going to have no monsters going to activate. So we can ignore that. We're going to draw an item. We have Blackstaff Tower in the top corner. And we have another item. We have this item, which is Anghorn's Tower over here. And then we have Blazing Blast. Each green monster, of which we do not have, so we don't have to worry about that. We are good to go as far as monster cards. By the way, we lose if the terror track raises to the end, or if we run out of the monster deck. And we win if we defeat all the monsters, which we're working our way towards. We just need to be mindful. It's going to be the Warlock's turn. Warlock is going to go running. We're going to bring these guys. We're going to go... Oh, do you want to pick up an item on the way? There's a character. He's in our location. We may as well pick up the ring and attack him, right? We're still trying to take him out. So yeah, let's pick up the ring and then discard it to attack him. That's going to be 2 actions. We're going to roll this die, and we got a 2, which is still bad, but still enough to deal 1 more damage, working our way up the eye stalks. Okay, we're not getting any of our good results. And then we have 2 actions left. We're going to move down to here. That's 1, and then down to here. That's 2. And then because I believe we should try to... Oh no, where were we? We're over here. We're just going to go 1 and 2, dropping off this person along the way. So we're going to drop him off, succeeding there, and drawing a new perk card, which is going to be discard items equal to 7+, lower the terror level by 2. Well, our terror level is totally in control, so I don't know if that really does much for us. Okay, we're going to toss that over there. These perks are theoretically useful, but we have too much control over the engine right now. Now, I could discard to take 2 more actions, which I'm tempted by, but not certain if that's what I want to do. We are trying to get you down to the abandoned camp, which is over here. So, what's the best way to do that? Probably to just go 1, 2, and then work our way along there. Which is fine. I guess getting a little bit ahead and not playing defensive is good. So we're going to do that. We're going to discard Drizz's Jordan to go ahead and take that 2 additional actions. We're going to go 1 and 2 down to there. Okay? That buys us a little bit of time. And then we're going to draw the monster card. The monster card is 1 item for the bag. And then we're doing hide and seek. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. So House of Wonder, that's not why you gotta be kidding me. The action, place each blue monster in the closest location with a hero. So we just spent extra actions to run away, and all we really did was bring him closer, because that's the closest location with a hero, I believe. We technically have to measure it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's the closest. Okay, great. That was, not great, but it is what it is. Fortunately, it does not activate this turn, so at least we have that going for us. It is now the cleric's turn. The cleric is going to go 1, 2, pick these up. That's going to be 3. Okay, no, that goes to the cleric spot. 3, we got lots of items. In fact, we actually have 6 worth of yellows at this point. And for 4, we are going to roll our defensive die, just in case bad things happen. It's a 2. Doing the monster phase, we roll 1 die with a hit or power result. That's good enough. Which means now we draw a card to see what happens. We are not activating the bad monster. We are drawing an item from the bag. We're going to draw 1 item. That's another hide and seek. 2 in a row. Oh, okay, fine. That doesn't actually matter. The Yawning Portal Exterior over here. And then same exact card. Place each monster in the closest location with the hero. Already there. And then nothing activates. Now we are going to then go to the Warlock's turn. The Warlock's going to be moving, trying to get them down to the abandoned camp, which means 1, 2, 3, 4 is enough to do that. We're just going to go that. I'm going to go... sorry. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Dropping off that character. And then being able to draw another perk card. And we have Ot Steel Toes. Add or subtract up to 4 from any player's d20 die result can be used on monster d20s. That is good to know. That is good to know. We will take that into account, but first let's draw a monster card. We're going to be drawing 3 items adding to the board, and we're placing a new citizen in Anghorn's Tower. The City Guard Captain specifically, let's find that. The City Guard Captain is going to go into Anghorn's Tower, trying to work their way to the Yawning Portal. We may never get them at this point, but we are going to draw 3 items. We have 1, 2, 3, and we have Blackstaff Tower, which, if I can find it, is up here. We have Abandoned Camp, which we are working our way towards in a second, and we have the Yawning Portal Tap Room. Okay, then we are going to put the City Guard Captain, and we're going to activate the Frenzied Monster. Frenzied Monster is going to move 2 and roll 2 dice. So it's going to go 1, 2, and it is going to attack the Cleric, because why not? Then we're going to roll 2 dice over here. We do have 1 defensive roll right now, so we can re-roll 1 power result. And we got a blank. Beautiful. The defensive roll play in our favor. Wait, was it the, whose turn was it right now? Was it just the Cleric's turn? I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm not 100% sure it was. It wasn't. It wasn't the cleric's turn. We don't get the reroll. We do have the power. You have to remember, doing the monster phase, yeah, we don't get it. So that was a power. So we're going to reroll, because that was 2 turns ago. My bad on that. We're going to reroll this and see what we got. We got, ooh, the 20. That's a 20. That's not good. What's the 20 on this? The 20 is raise terror level by 1. I can work with that. We're doing fine on controlling the terror level. I don't think we need to worry about that at all. Okay. That was that, which means now it's the cleric's turn. So the cleric now can actually attack a bunch. So we are going to do so. We're going to discard a dagger to attack the beholder. We're going to roll this die, and we got a 6 over here. A 6 is enough to deal 1 damage to 1 location. We're going to then take our second action. We're going to discard this over here to attack the beholder. We're going to roll this over here, and we got a 16. I'm going to call that a cock die. I want a 16, so I'm doing that against my interest because I would add or subtract 4 and then attack a bunch. But we got a 15. That's not as good. 15 is still good. Let's see. Because 15 is going to be 1 location. We're still going to just do 1. We're going to do 1 location. So we're going to work our way up the location. We got 4 more locations to damage over here. 4 more locations to damage on him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not great. We could keep attacking, but I think we do want these goods over here. So we have 2 more actions. I think we'll move, taking this guy. He wants to go to Dead Man's Corner. So we're going to go 1 and 2. So we're all in the same location over here. Okay, no items have been picked up over there. Then we're going to draw a card. We did not do a defensive play. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Okay, we have 3 items coming into the board. Let's see what we got. Let me get this. Again, this bag is... I do not like this bag. 3 items. We have Abandoned Priory. Where is that? Where's the Abandoned Priory? It's down here. We have the Yawning Portal Exterior, and we have the Yawning Portal Tap Room. Okay. Then we have the action. For each hero, roll the d20 and place that hero in the indicated location. Move the frenzy marker to the next monster, which won't happen because there is no next monster. So we're going to roll for the cleric first. We're going to location 11. The cleric's going to location 11, which is 11. Lovely. Okay, the frenzy monster is going to attack us in a second. And we draw out the next one. We go to location 6, which neither of these are what I want, by the way, but at least we'll get items on the way back home. Okay, so we're going to be wandering around. That just slowed us down. Then he's going to attack us right now, which is unfortunate because we are going to have to spend those. He's going to roll 2 dice, and he got a hit and a power. So the hit over here, the power, is going to have us discarding 1 item. And the hit over here, let's see what it does. We're going to roll the d20, and we got a 9, which is blocked off, which means, if I recall correctly, I'm going to double check this. If it does force all heroes with items to discard 1 item. So if discard another item. Basically, even though you damage his spot, it still forces us to discard an item. That was not how I wanted that to go. The good news, it is now going to be the Warlock's turn. Which is actually, I don't know if that's good news or not. That's just news. The Warlock is going to pick some items up because we're already here. Let's go ahead and grab these items. We are trying to slowly work our way back to where we need to go. So that's going to be action 1. Do we have anything else that helps us? Discard this. You reveal there. You move a monster to the starting location. I guess we'll move the monster to the starting location. Let's do that. Beautiful. That buys us some starting time. So we're going to discard that perk over there. Then we did 1 item we picked up. We're going to move to 3. I guess we have enough items to attack. We don't need to actually do more. So, and then I guess we'll go down to 4. Alright, we'll draw a monster card. The monster card is going to have us placing 1 item onto the board. This is going to go to the Willow's Tower. There we go. And then place each yellow monster in the lyric location close to them. Not relevant, because there is no yellow monster in play. Then we're going to activate the beholder, moving him 1. Okay, back to the cleric. The cleric needs to get more yellow items again. We do have a 3 over here, so we're going to go 1, pick up those. That's going to be 2, 3. So 2, I guess, just action 2. 3 to go back up here. And we could play defensively, but I don't think he's going to be there in time, so I don't know if I need to. I think we're going to go 4 over here and see what happens next. We're going to draw a monster card, and we have 2 items coming out. We're going to put them down onto... Where is this? Abandoned Camp. That's going to be... Is this over here? Nice, a lot of items over there. And then we have the Sword and the Sextant, which is over here. Also, we have this on the Hall of Heroes, which I don't know where that was from or how that got there. I don't know what this... I'm going to discard this. I'm not sure how it would be anywhere near here. And I think I may have messed up on this token. So I'm just going to ignore that for right now. Okay. We have this one. Discard a number of items, then roll the d20 and add the strengths of the items. If the total is less than 20, raise the terror level by 1. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to roll this, and we got a 7. Raise the terror level by 1. Okay. Then we're going to discard that. The beholder is going to activate. So he's going to move 1 and roll 2 dice, but that's going to just put him over here. Okay. To the warlock. The warlock is heading down and trying to take him out. We have a 3 backpack, so that's good enough. We can still have this over here. We're going to go 1. Are we trying to get to the entry well? Is that even good for us? Why are we going down here? Why are we bringing him down to the entry well? The entry well is over here. We're going to... yeah, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. You can stay there. Okay. That's going to be... No, we're going to leave him behind. We're going to leave him over here. We're going to leave him. So we're going to go 1. That's 1. 2, 3, 4. I could attack. But I think I'm going to go 2. Pick up all these. That's going to be 3. And then at that point, we have a whole lot of items over here. I'm going to try to make them more visible so you can see them all. Because we got plenty of items to be able to withstand whatever attack we want. And then for 4, do we want to do anything? We'll roll our die. We roll a die, and we got a 17. On the next monster card drawn, ignore any reference to the frenzied monster. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and draw the monster card. And we have a frenzied monster, so we're going to ignore it. We're going to put 2 items into play. And we're going to see what they are. We got these over here. We have the Hall of Heroes, which I can't see anymore. Things are being covered up. Is it down here? No. Angorn's Tower, Yawning Portal, no. Hall of Heroes. There we go. And then we have the Obelisk of the Eye down here. Then, Lure of Riches. Move each hero 3 locations towards the purple monster closest to them. There is no purple monster closest to them. And we would activate the Frenzied Monster, but we will not because we just did this ability. So now it's the Cleric's turn. The Cleric has some items, but not enough. So the Cleric's going to go 1, pick things up. We're going to leave people behind at this point. We're not going to worry about them so much. I guess we should take this us. So 1, 2 is pick things up. Then we're going to go 3 over here. And then 4 into the teleportation circle. I guess we'll take this guy with us, because why not? We're right there. We're right there. And then we'll see what happens. Although, maybe we'll stay behind over here in the teleportation circle. And then just roll a defensive die on our thing over here. 11. Reroll all dice with a hit or power result. We are then going to draw a card. And we have the Beholder's activating. We're going to place 3 items out. We are going through this bag. It's almost empty. We have the Calabasas Chambers, which is over here. We have Troll Skull Manor up here. And then we have Dragon's Platform over here. Draw a perk card. Move the Frenzy marker to the next monster. So we draw a perk card, but nothing happens bad there. We have Auto Steel Toes again. That's going to be very helpful for us, potentially. But in the meantime, we are going to activate the Frenzy Monster. Is going to move 3, which means it's going to move here. He's going to roll 2 dice over here. But don't forget, we are ignoring whatever effect. So we are going to re-roll all dice with the hit symbol. And we got 1 of these, which means we're going to roll his power, which is going to be 13, which is covered. So he's going to make us discard an item. We're going to discard this blue ring. Why not? Okay. That was the Cleric's turn. It is now the Warlock's turn. The Warlock is going to go for it. We are going to go ahead and discard a 2 potion to attack, rolling this. We got a 17. We're going to use Aught Steel Toes to make it into a 20, which means we're going to deal 3 damage to this guy. 1, 2, and 3. Technically, we draw a perk card, but I don't think it matters at this point. We are then going to discard another item. We're going to discard a longsword. We're going to roll the dice. Anything other than a 1, we are good to go. We are going to do this over here. That was action 2. And then for action 3, we will discard. Now that he's got all his stocks destroyed, we will discard these 2, which are a backpack and a shovel, adding up to 6, which is going to kill the Beholder, and we win the game. That's it. That is basically a gameplay of Horrified Dungeons & Dragons, which means if you are popping over here from the beginning of the video, here's my thoughts and opinions on the game, and also if you've watched the entire gameplay, thanks for being along for the ride, and here's my thoughts and opinions on the game. This is another Horrified game. I like this. I like this overall. I like Horrified as a system. I enjoy it. If you watched my first review on Horrified way back when, I've enjoyed the Horrified system. I think I've played everything other than American Monsters at this point. I've played Horrified, I've played D&D, and I've played the Greek Monsters. I think I skipped American Monsters. But from them, so far, Greek Monsters is still my favorite from them. Thematically, it's the best one. I think basic Horrified and Horrified Greek Monsters are on par with me. This one, I'm not invested in the world of Dungeons & Dragons, and this is my least favorite Horrified because for a few reasons. First of all, I really hate this bag. I don't think the other ones had a bag this bad. I could be mistaken, but I don't think they did. I also find the locations to be, if you don't know this, it's not as easy to track everything. There's just a bunch of D&D names, and again, I'm not a D&D person, so I'm not invested in this world, which also takes me out. I mean, the Beholder's cool, the Mimic's cool, like the concepts, I know the characters in general, but like the names and locations, I don't know much. And I do find the portal system and the popping around the board makes this the least obvious map to figure out how everything connects. Is it really a big deal? No, it's not. I also find the lair tokens that are only applicable to the dragon kind of feel a little anticlimactic. Like, here's these lair tokens, but like you can ignore them unless you're playing with the dragon. Speaking of which, there is a 4-dragon, like there's a little dragon mini campaign you can play through, which does add more to the game. But again, I also find it less challenging compared to regular Horrified and the monsters that face off here. I don't necessarily know. It's been a while since I played my last game of Horrified before Dungeons & Dragons. Like, I played this one over here, but Greek Monsters I probably played maybe a year ago at this point. It's been a while since my last play of a non-D&D Horrified. And I remember them being a bit more challenging. This one I didn't really find to be a ton of, like, in multiple plays of this, I haven't found to be that much of a threat. And again, the original Horrified had a way of kind of just adding tons of monsters and ramping things up. You can, in theory, add more here as well and do that and try to make it a bit more difficult. Overall, I still enjoy the simplicity and clarity of the overall system, with this one possibly being my least favorite, not possibly, certainly being my least favorite Horrified to date. I would give this a 3 out of 5. It's good if you like the D&D system. I definitely recommend this as like, hey, you know, you like D&D, you want a fun little cooperative game that takes place in that world, that is great. But if you're here for the mechanics of the game, I personally recommend Greek Horrified as my favorite Horrified from the bunch, with original Horrified still being great, and American Monsters I haven't tried, so I don't really have thoughts and opinions on that one. Anyways, that is basically Horrified. A quick, clean, cooperative system that is very accessible. Not my favorite cooperative system, but an overall good and charming one all around. Worth checking out, but possibly with other ones coming first. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this solo Sunday playthrough, and as always, I hope you have a good one.